Hi guys, good morning, bon dia. I wanted to say something because I'm getting so many messages about this now, and honestly I didn't realise it would get this crazy, but a lot of people ask me like what actually happened and everything else, and I know that Chappell has responded saying that it wasn't it wasn't her security and that she didn't do it. So 100% this security guard was not a security guard of the hotel. That's what I can say. He looks after artists, so I don't know if it was her personal security guard, but he was with her, so that is all I know. Did she send him to do it? Again, I don't know. Look, I would like to hope not, but at the same time, I think that you have a responsibility when you are a celebrity to make sure, I guess, that the people that work for you and that act on your behalf are acting on your behalf. So would he do that if he didn't have her authority to do so? I don't know. If he does, then obviously that's a big problem, because then he's representing her in a way that she doesn't want to be represented. So I think that's really important for her to notice and realize that's not correct. What happened, exactly as she said, she didn't notice anything or anyone because as my husband said, nothing happened. Literally, we were staying in the same hotel, we were at breakfast, and we noticed a girl walk past with long red hair, very curly, and I said to my daughter, "Oh, do you think that's Chappell Roan?" And she looked and she said, "Oh my God, Mum, do you think it's her?" And so she said, "I'm going to go and have a look outside." And she was sat just outside in the garden area, which we were also free to go into. The door was open. And so I went back to the table to sit and eat, and my daughter walked through the door. She didn't have her phone. She didn't try to take a picture. She didn't approach her. She literally didn't do anything. She just looked at her and smiled. And she came back and she actually said to me, "Mum, I don't know if it's her." Because obviously she looks like, with her costumes and everything, she looks a little bit different. So my daughter said, "Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if it was her. I think it was her, Mum. It really, really looks like her, but I don't know. Maybe it's her sister." She said, "Maybe it's her sister." And I said, "Oh, I don't know, darling." And that was it. We continued our breakfast. And from that, then came the security guard, who, as my husband said, had a very aggressive tone. And I feel like if she did not send it, even if she did send him or she didn't send him, I don't know. For me, I feel like it really overstepped a boundary, because he is quite an intimidating, he is very large. So for him to come over to a table with just a woman and her daughter eating breakfast, to kind of like berate and scold us and say that he was going to complain and tell me that I should be teaching my daughter to be better and that she's badly educated and we should respect people's privacy and we should not harass people and all of these other things. And I did try and explain to him the situation, that she's a child and she was just very excited to see her an artist and singer that she admires, and can he not understand that was all she was doing. And I explained to him also that my husband is also very well known, and that she's very used to being around people that are well known, and she would never cross someone's boundaries or overstep a mark. She very much knows the limits, not to ever be rude or make anyone feel. She understands very well. And I tried to explain this to him, and he just kept saying, "Well, if that's the case, then you should know better. You should know how it is. You should know how it is. So you should teach her to be better. You shouldn't allow her to be like this." And I was shocked. And I did actually say to him at the time, I said, "Well, if this is the case that she doesn't even want people to look at her, she is very welcome to eat breakfast in her room, because this here is a public area and I am a paying guest as well as her. So if I want to walk past someone's table and look at them, I have every right to do so. I am not approaching her. I'm not doing anything to make her feel intimidated or nothing. Like, it's an 11-year-old child. So yes, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this now, because it's getting a bit crazy. But lots of people are sending me messages like, is this true, is this true, is this true? And then lots of messages now about, obviously, Chappell's message that she's put out. So I hope that she did not know, and I hope that she did not send her security over to do this. I really think that she's a very, very, very talented artist. We liked her a lot. We came all the way to Sao Paulo to watch the show. It was my daughter's birthday present. She actually asked for tickets to come for her birthday present, which was a little bit ruined because we didn't go to the show last night. But it's how it is. But yeah. Anyways, it's how it is. We'll say no more on it. That's it. I hope that maybe if it wasn't her, that she learns to not allow the people that work for her to treat people like this. And yeah, that's the end of it. My daughter's now arrived, so bye bye.